Fort Campbell Soldier accused of selling information to China is expected to plead guilty. The move would be a change from Corbin Schultz's original not guilty plea that came back in March. Schultz's hearing is set for tomorrow afternoon in federal court. He was indicted on 6 counts of conspiracy in connection to sharing sensitive documents that included some missile tactics with China.